Today's video is going to cover simple fiddle backup behind a singer. Hello, I'm Pete Martin. If you would like to see more videos in this series or other videos of mandolin, fiddle, improvisation, and other music subjects, subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to be notified of new videos. If you like the video, please click like. Players interested in improvisation should check out two series I'm doing. Improv from Scratch is for non-jazz players who want to learn to improvise or who want to improve their improvisation. Jazz players should check out the Barry Harris for Jazz Mandolin series. Find these by going to petemartin.info, click videos, and scroll down. The fiddle is a wonderful backup instrument in an ensemble with singers. You hear this in all kinds of music. Traditional country music had a lot of fiddling in it. Bluegrass definitely has a lot of fiddling in it. But a number of folk and non-folk music styles, the fiddle is a big part. And playing backup behind a singer really is a very important part of being a fiddler in an ensemble like that. Great fiddlers just seem to have a knack for playing something that can really enhance what a singer is trying to get across to an audience, to help sell the mood of the song and sell the message of the song, for lack of a better way of putting it. And those players just seem to have this wonderful sense of how to do this. People who have never played in an ensemble like that and are just starting to learn how to do backup, it can seem pretty overwhelming, but it can very much be learned just like any other skill. You have to learn some simple things first, work at them until they're comfortable, and then add more complexity as you go along. And through a whole bunch of just playing with people and trial and error, you'll eventually get the feel of how to do this. So it's real important to just not be afraid of it, and to have a few things that you know you can fall back on. And this video introduces the most simple idea of what you can do behind that, and that is playing what we call the root note of the chord. It helps at some point or other to study some basic music theory, like what notes are in a chord, so that you know the notes of the key that you're in and know where they are on your instrument, plus know the notes of the chords that are being played in that song and know where they are on the instrument as well. So you might want to study some basic music theory. The root note of a chord is just the letter name of what that chord is. So, let me get my guitar. If I play a G chord, the root note is G, the same letter as the name of the chord. If I play a C chord, it's a C. Once again, if I play a D chord, it's a D. Now this goes for all chord types too, so if I play a D minor, the root note is still D. If I play a C7, the root note is still C. So any time that a chord happens, just play the note of that letter, or in the case of maybe like B flat, that letter with the flat, of course. B flat and B are two different notes, so play a B flat with a B flat chord, or a B flat minor chord, or a B flat 7 chord. All of those will be flat, all of those will have the note B flat as the root of the chord. So it's real important that you do know where at least some of the notes are. Okay, let's take an individual piece and do this. I'm going to use the very common folk song Red River Valley as my example. Red River Valley, and I'll write the chord progression on the screen here in a minute, is a G chord for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 beats of G, so I'll write 12 G's in a row. I'll break them up into groups of 4, so it'll be easier to follow. Then 4 D's. D, 2, 3, 4. 4 G's. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 C's. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 D's, dog. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 G's. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, here is the chord progression to Red River Valley. Here is the chord progression of Red River Valley all the way through a couple of times so you can hear it. I'm going to start out with G. 1, 2, 3, 4. G. If I sing the words to it, sorry, you have to listen to me sing. Come and sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu. Just remember the Red River Valley and the cowboy that loved you so true. Okay, now let's look at what we do on the fiddle for this. First of all, start by tuning your fiddle to standard pitch. Now that your fiddle's in standard pitch, let's go through Red River Valley. What will be the backup? So for a G note, we're just going to play the open G string. For a C note, we're going to play the ring finger, the third finger on the G string, which is the note C. So once again, the third finger in the normal place on the rings on the G string. And then for the D chord, we're just going to play open D. So once again, we're playing the root note, or the letter name of the chord we're playing. If you find the information in this video useful, I ask that you consider supporting my channel through my Patreon page, which is www.patreon.com/Pete Martin. For about the price of a cup of coffee, $3 a month, you support the making of videos, instruction articles, transcriptions for fiddle, mandolin, and improvising. Thank you for considering this. So Red River Valley has 12 G's. From this valley they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet. Then 4 D's, dog. Smile for they. Then 4 G's, good. Say you are taking the 4 C's. Sunshine, that has 4 D's, riding the pathway up, and then 4 G's. you should copy down the chords of Red River Valley so that you can follow these as I play them on the video. But here, this time, I'm going to just play the chord progression, the root note of the chords. Once again, G for a G chord, C for a C chord, and D for a D chord, while I sing the piece all the way through. And in a minute, then I'll get the guitar and have you do that. 1, 2, 3. From this valley they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are taking the sunshine that has brightened our pathway a while. Okay, so now I want you to try that while I take the guitar. Okay, 12 G's, 4 C's, 4 G's, 4 D's, 4 G's. Okay? 1, 2, 3. From this valley they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are taking the sunshine that has brightened our pathway a while. Okay? So rewind that and play along with that a number of times. Now right there, I had you play a different bow stroke with each beat. You don't have to do that. You can play like 4 beats on each direction. That would probably sound a little better. The reason that I wanted you to do 1 bow stroke per beat a couple of minutes ago was to just get used to how many G chords and C chords and D chords you had to play, how many beats. But really, it would probably sound better to just sustain longer notes. So I'm going to do 4 beats in each direction this time. 1, 2, 3. From this valley they say you are going to 3. We will miss our bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are taking the sunshine that has brightened our pathway a while. 3, 4. So in other words, there are 12 beats of G. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, rewind to where I sing it and play that with it. For users of the Play Along and Chord app, iReal Pro, if you go to the iReal Pro forum, just search for iReal Pro, one word, and forum. Look under the Bluegrass and Country section on the forum, and you'll find a bunch of practice charts that I put up there under the Bluegrass heading that are called Bluegrass Practice Charts. What they are 20 generic chord progressions of the chords G, C, and D, and put any of those on and play along with them. They start real easy and they get to where they're more complex and the chords change faster. and play along with those and just find the root notes of those. Actually, these eventually, if you're an improviser, will be really good to practice improvisation with as well. But for right now, just try finding those root notes. Also on iReal Pro, you can change the key of any of those, so eventually do those in all the different keys that you play with singers in. G, C, D, A. Eventually, if you play with real experienced, especially bluegrass singers, you'll have to play in all the letter names plus B flat. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I said G twice, didn't I? That was real good. A, B, C, D, E, F, G plus B flat. So those are 9 of the 12 keys, I believe. Let's see. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and B flat. That's 8 of the 12 keys. Sorry, I can't count. I would definitely suggest, starting in the keys that people around you play in, and as you start getting more comfortable and doing more things, then add other keys and get comfortable with those. It would also really help to study some basic music theory, like I said earlier, to where you know where the notes are in each of the keys and know where the notes are of the chords that are common in that key, especially the 1, 4, 5 chords. If you don't know what I just said, if it doesn't mean anything to you, then you definitely need to study some music theory, because that stuff can really help. If you have questions or suggestions, please use the comments section below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon, and click like if you feel so inclined. Also, check out my website and Patreon page, the links to which are on screen. I'm Pete Martin. Thanks for watching.